What kind of video name is that? You sound like you're gonna die. I am gonna die. We all are. No. Change the subject. And before we move on, happy, joy, joy, joy. Joy, happy, smile, fun. Yeah, happy, smile, fun, run, pun. You guys are so weird. Ba-da-boom. I just kind of asked myself, if something was gonna happen to me, then what would I want to say before disappearing? Well, see, that's a hard one because each and every one of you guys is different, so each of you, would need to hear different words. Since I obviously can't make each of you an individual video, I thought that I would make this video on what I have found to be the most powerful words in my own existence. Words are powerful. So you guys are gonna have to forgive me because I'm gonna be stating some opinions and beliefs in here as though they're facts. I hope you trust my judgment. Okay, so the first one is that you are important and you have a purpose. Don't rest until you find it. If you know someone who's depressed or has an eating disorder or something, I suggest you dig a little bit to find out whether or not they think they're important. The answer will probably be no. That's because health and happiness have a lot to do with us feeling important. Why do you think that is? Why do you think it's so hard for us to feel happy if we don't feel important? I know why. Logically, why do we need to feel important? Well, logically, do you mean in terms of evolution? People need to feel important because throughout evolution, if they're important, then they're more likely to be taken care of by their tribe. That's a fair answer. I remember once a long time ago I was thinking about how I was really scared I wouldn't achieve my goals. What's the one way that I can ensure I achieve my goals? The only way that I can make sure is if I make sure that every waking moment is spent doing something towards my goal. Thus, I became obsessed with productivity and making sure that whatever I was doing, I was being productive. And don't worry, if you want to adopt this philosophy, then you can still watch TV and play video games and whatnot. Stuff like that is productive. It's called downtime. If you're enjoying yourself, then guess what? You are being productive because you're enjoying life and your happiness is a huge priority. That being said, I recommend weaning yourself off of these things if you can. The only reason that I say that is because there's this thing called flow, and it's really awesome and powerful and amazing. It's basically where you start doing something that you enjoy, like drawing or writing or painting or doing gardening or working out, and you become so wrapped up in the activity that it just ends up sweeping you off your feet. The only problem is that when you're watching TV, that it fills your brain with the electricity like a lightning bolt, and then it just holds you there without you even knowing it. Then when you finally stop yourself from watching TV and break the connection, your brain doesn't generate electricity the way it's supposed to anymore. And you know what that feels like? Boredom. Yeah. And so then you're like a zombie and you get really boring, and when you do other electrifying activities, like making art or reading or doing chores, they don't make your brain as excited as it's supposed to be. They make your brain go to sleep, and then you never get to experience the magical feeling of flow unless you're watching TV or playing video games. And even that eventually gets boring. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we should boycott binge watching episodes of our favorite TV show. I guess I'm just kind of saying that we should be binge watching episodes of our favorite TV show, and then get back to not watching TV and stuff. If a new video game comes out that you're really excited about, then I'm saying that you should play that game non-stop for a few days until you win, and then shut that baby down till your next favorite game comes out. Then it might take a few days for your brain to go back to feeling normal, but eventually you'll be able to experience flow again. I really think it's worth it. And then you'll have more time for your family and your friends. They really need you. They need you to be thinking about them and their needs and trying to understand them. We all need that. We need someone who sees us as important and who we interact with and find goofy ways to entertain ourselves. Live life to its fullest and learn to seize the moment. Learn, live, play, love. Okay, so I totally barely even touched all the content that I wanted to for this video. I guess I'll just have to make this a series. I'll put a link to the second video whenever I make it. I love you guys. Why do you think that is? Why do you think it's so important for us to learn? You guys are gonna have to forgive me because I'm gonna be... That being said, I recommend meaning of... Do you mean in terms of revolution?